coming in clutch. So as he cheers on a couple different athletes in this race, we have 2 Wichita State athletes. That's Nathan Wickerin and Corey Landon. But the guy to watch, we mentioned before, Emmanuel Rodich, former champion here in 2017 for the AAC.
By the way, I got curious here about Doug Brown, who set the steeplechase record in 1980, the stadium record. And he was an outstanding steeplechase runner from the University of Tennessee. And he actually ran the steeplechase in the 1972 and 1976 Olympics. And also qualified for the 1980. Of course, the United States boycotted that Olympics in Moscow. So Doug Brown was a legit. That's why that record stands now for 39 years.
Well, you see Sanchez Pinto out early. Well, that's Tate Wyatt there rather in front. His teammate Sanchez Pinto behind him. Wickerin there on the outside. A couple of Tulsa athletes there on the left hand side of your screen as Nathan Wickerin takes over the lead. Doesn't look like he wants to. He's looking behind him, but the other athletes let him go. Again, a strategic race, these distance races. 10K a little bit more here in the steeple. There's a lot of distractions, a lot of obstacles to get over, namely the water jump, which you see right there. Most of the guys taking a step on top of it. That's Wickerin out there in front. Don't expect him to hold on to the lead for too long.
And not just the barriers are obstacles, but each other, especially in these early laps, everybody's really bunched up, and you're going at that same barrier at the same time. You got to kind of narrow in. As you mentioned earlier, Cooper, in the regular hurdles, the hurdle's in your lane. You're kind of sharing it with everybody here.
And again, that's Wickerin up front. You see Rodich there in the jersey passing Memphis right there in the 6th place position. Now moving up into number 5 on the left-hand side of your screen. Ducking into the middle, you see Koss over there from Wichita State, eyeing his teammate up front. So Zahadovic and Schwartz from Tulsa working together. That's Banos in the middle from Cincinnati. You see them spread out as they come to the steeple, but Rodich wants to take over the lead just a little bit from Nathan Wickerin and probably might camp out behind him just a little while longer.
So Rodich there, Land, as I mentioned earlier, the 1 foot in the water, 1 out.
3 athletes here under the 9-minute mark. That is McGonigal from Connecticut, Sanchez Pinto from Memphis, and Rodich, as we mentioned before. Rodich seed time set to break the meet record set last year by Brian Barraza from Houston. 8:48 is the mark to hit. Now they haven't taken out near as fast as you'd expect, so I don't know if we will see that in jeopardy, but we'll see what Rodich has at the end. Again, I don't think Wickerin was planning on leading this race. Doesn't seem to mind right now.
Once again, a couple Tulsa runners. We've seen them in a lot of the long distance races, going back to last night, the 10K. Emmanuel Rodich there in 2nd place. Looks to be the man to beat overall. See if he makes a move here pretty soon.
And watch Sanchez Pinto as well. Sanchez Pinto perfectly capable of keeping up with Rodich. Wickerin right now not meant to be towards the top, but watching his pace, watching his run on the screen there, the video board that we do have newly installed in Cessna Stadium. It's Wickerin, Rodich, Sanchez Pinto, and Kosover right now in the top 4.
Everybody literally navigating the water barrier fairly well.
I really haven't seen too many issues at all.
Just at the end of the women's race, one of the runners went down, but that may have been more of a product of fatigue than anything else.
So again, that's Wickerin out in front, Rodich right behind, Sanchez Pinto and Kossover. And then from Memphis there you have Tate Wyatt in the 6th position right now. And in the white jersey just on his shoulder from UConn, that is McGonigal. Expect to see some movement here after this next lap. Time to beat for the AAC record, 8:48. Keep your eye on the clock in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
Julian Sanchez Pinto from the University of Memphis right there, and he may be making a move into first place. Now, Emmanuel Rodich in second. So our two top runners falling into place.
And now is where the moves will start being made. You see here a host of shockers there in the 3 through 6 position, but they're out in front. That's McGonigal, Rodich, and Sanchez Pinto. So the top 3 times under 9 minutes. Again, when you're watching the clock there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
And there's Sanchez Pinto, coming right at you.
And you can hear the teammates cheering them on. Let's go out to Dennis on the PA.
We told you the water was deep
out there.
First thing we hear is him talking about the water. Dennis McNutty taking us home on the backstretch.
Pinto of Memphis and Rodich at the bell.
One more lap to go.
Great race. The All-American from Tulane takes over the lead. Rodich attacking now. Sanchez Pinto on his heels. And McGonigal, the 3 favorites.
He's taking out, seeing how close he's going to be.
That would have been a great still.
Just half a lap to go now.
Julian Sanchez Pinto and Mike McGonigal, the senior from UConn. He's in 3rd.
Boy, Rodich is really stretching it out now.
Rodich out of the water. Pinto, he's dry. McGonigal out of the water and no stretch for home. Emmanuel Rodich of Tulane will be your American Athletic Conference champion for the 2nd time in his career in the steeple. 8 minutes 57 and change. Julian Sanchez Pinto will garner 2nd. Mike McGonigal closes off a great career for UConn. He'll be 3rd. And a great race for the 4, 5, 6 positions. Kossover.
Well, and the big news there, you see Rodich taking over the championship again, bringing it back to Tulane. He won 2 years ago in 2017. That meet record was not in jeopardy, that 8:48, so 8:56 his final time. Julian Sanchez Pinto, as well as McGonigal, rounding out the top 3. So the top 3 seeded times have ended that way. Now, the big story here for some of the scoring in the meet was those athletes there finishing in the 4 through 8 position. So we'll see how that rolls out as far as projections go. But let's watch Rodich here on the last turn